What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for Happy Death Day to You. This is a sequel to the 2016 film, I believe, and this again is directed by Christopher Landon, who also wrote the screenplay this time around, and it stars the same cast as we had last time, led by Jessica Ralph reprising her role as Tree. And if you've seen the first film, you've known that, the story to that one was, it was her birthday and she got killed by a guy in a baby mask at nighttime, and she woke up the next day and she was reliving the same day until she found out who her killer was. And once she finally killed the guy, killed the killer, it would set things back to normal. She'd be able to wake up the following day. And this film, it sort of changes that a bit. And what I will say is they do really take a scientific route in this movie. And it kind of diminishes the overall plot of the murder mystery, of who's the killer. That was really the main emphasis of the first movie, to find out who the killer was. This movie, like I said, they focus a little more on science, so they really toned down that aspect of the movie, the kind of the killer aspect of the movie, the murder aspect of the movie, the babyface aspect of the movie. And that really isn't what is as important anymore. We don't really need to kill the killer in order to set things back to normal. It's very more complex than that, I suppose. So I do feel like it was shortchanged a bit. I feel like the more scientific direction they took with this movie, I thought it was an interesting way to go, but even though in the overall scheme of things, I thought it was a little ridiculous, and it was a little hard to believe and hard to buy that some of these things were actually happening. With all that being said, the movie is extremely entertaining, and it is directed with such life, and it is acted with such life. There's really not a dull performance in here. Jessica Ralph is phenomenal in this leading role. She was great in the first movie. She's great in this movie. And I mean it. Her performance is great when she's in the dramatic scenes, emotional scenes, action scenes. She's great, and she really pulls it off. And there are a few emotional scenes in this movie, as there were in the first movie. Again, the movie does have an emotional core, which I really thought worked. And I love that part of the movie, when it does take that turn into a more, okay, let's ground this to reality, and let's deal with loss and all sorts of things like that, loss and love and all that sort of thing. I really think that worked. And I was into the romance of the movie. I thought it was really set up nicely in the first movie, how she slowly, turns from not really liking this guy to falling in love with him. In this film, I really like what happens and what goes on with the characters. I was really into it. I just think it was overall kind of an unnecessary sequel, because what they happen to do in the movie, it doesn't really push time forward at all. It just sort of stops time, or like reverses time, and our characters just have to make choices and grow a little more, especially our lead character Tree. But mainly, she's the one who has to really make all the choices and continue to grow as a character, which I did really like. And this is an extremely entertaining movie. It flies by. It's about an hour and 30 minutes or something like that without any end credits. It flows by very quickly. It's directed with such life. I just think the script by Christopher Landon, this is his vision, and I do feel like there was a few missteps maybe. I feel like the ending is extremely abrupt. I feel like maybe you could have cut out the last 10 minutes, because something happens in the movie to where you think it's going to end, but it doesn't, and it goes on for another like 10 to 15 minutes, where I feel like it should have ended, and then it should have had that extra time to wrap up the story, and not just end it so abruptly. It literally just cuts to black and goes to end credits, and that's really it. So that was a little disappointing. But overall, I thought the movie was extremely fun. I thought it was extremely entertaining. Not as good as the first one, I don't think, but I do think if you watch them back to back, they're very entertaining films, and I think they're well done. I like the craft, and I'm going to give Happy Death Day to You 3.5 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. So guys, comment your thoughts in the comment section. Do you plan on seeing this movie? Do you want to see the movie? Did you see the first one? What are your thoughts on the whole damn thing? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Also, you can subscribe to this channel. I have my earlier review for How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, up on this channel now. Also, reviews for February releases and January releases are up on this channel now. And my next review, which will be posted on this channel, as of now, it will be for Captain Marvel. I know that doesn't come out for... Well, there might be something before then, too. I'm not entirely sure. There's nothing really too big coming out after this. I mean, How to Train Your Dragon is coming out, but I've already seen it. I've already reviewed it. So we'll have to see what happens in that sort of time gap, what I'll be doing on this channel. So definitely stay tuned for that. Subscribe for that. You can follow me on Patreon if you want to see this channel grow. Be able to do Blu-ray unboxings on this channel again. I'll be able to really dive into maybe some more gaming videos, some more play-in chats, something like that. I have an idea, something that I want to do involving live streaming. So we'll see if that goes anywhere. I have to really think about it, how I'm going to do it, get a game for it, and really just fly with that. So stay tuned for that. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description of this video, and you can also follow me on Instagram at KingOfRises131. And guys, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching my review for Happy Death Day to you. Over and out.
Let's see what you got.